This isn't my normal video because I oiled my flute today. So right now, I'm just gonna talk, which I don't normally do, but I'm gonna do it. Jiayiv Tepalti Arash, is Mishamat Orahala Saunders. Today I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm actually gonna drop some big nuggets of truth, some hard to swallow pills about Irish music and things that might be holding you back. But I'm gonna do it in a real positive way and talk about some of the things that has taken me a long time to learn, but I'm gonna share them with you now, just because I don't wanna see you struggle through some of the same things that I've struggled through. And if you're not Irish, definitely stick around to the end of the video because I have some advice for you as well. Okay, number one is not using your ear to learn tunes. I know a lot of people like to use sheet music to learn tunes, and I think that's good. I think it's good to be able to read. In some cases, it actually comes in handy, but in most other cases, I don't recommend it. For one, you're not going to develop your ear. You're not going to be able to hear subtle variations in the tunes and be able to figure it out on the fly. So that's really important. You'll also be able to pick up a load of tunes at sessions learning by ear, especially slower sessions. I'll talk more about that later. You can quickly learn a tune, especially if someone doesn't know the name, or they go, Paddy Fahis, and then you're like,
why would you do that? That's not helping me. There's a million Paddy Fahey tunes.
what is wrong with you? My next point that I want to bring up, which is play with as many people as you possibly can. There's a lot of benefits to playing with other people in this music. I mean, first off, this is a folk music, so it's about people and it's a tradition, and you need to engage with other people if you're going to get better. So that's really important. Also, when you play with other people, sometimes you're going to play with people that are better than you. Sometimes you're going to play with people that aren't as good as you, or maybe somewhere in between. And that's really important because when you play with people that are better than you, you get better and you improve and you hear things and you learn things, and it's just good. I mean, just do it. You'd be surprised how many top Irish musicians you can play with, just going to sessions and things like that. And if you're too nervous to go to your first session, don't be. Just go there with a humble heart, sit down and listen, and have your instrument on your lap or whatever. And if someone asks you to play a tune, play a tune. And gradually, you'll know more and more of the tunes, and you'll start playing them, and you'll be flying it. And just because you play with people that are better than you, doesn't mean you shouldn't play with people that are worse than you. Once you get to a certain level, you got to give back. That's really important. And it's good to play with people that aren't as good as you because you can encourage them to get better. It's all about passing along the traditions. And I think that goes really well into my next point, which is to give back. It doesn't matter what level you're at, but support and give back to other Irish musicians. There's people posting stuff all the time. And this might be more for intermediate, advanced players, but I think a lot of times you might start to think, oh, I'm competing with this guy, or I'm competing with that guy. But none of that really matters. What really matters is that, again, it's a tradition, and we're all trying to share it, and we all enjoy it. So don't feel this need to compete with other people. Just do your thing and support other people doing their thing, and it's all good. And you'll be amazed at how much that will come back to help you in the end. I feel like this is basic life advice that anyone should know, but the music industry can be pretty competitive, and there's dozens of dollars to be made playing Irish music, or about 10 euros. Another important thing to watch out for in this music is, honestly, just take care of yourself. This is like a really taboo subject with this music, but it can be very easy to get wrapped up in some of the activities that happen in pubs, mostly drinking. And there's nothing wrong with drinking and having some couple of pints and letting loose. Of course, I'm not advocating for you to go out and drink. I'm just saying, you gotta watch it, because when you start playing sessions 6 nights a week and you're drinking at every session, before you know it, like, you're drinking a lot. I enjoy having a pint when I'm at a session, but there's definitely a point where it goes like a little too far, and then it's like along the curve of like enjoyment versus like ability to play, there's like a drop off. And this is the last thing I have to say, and it's, I think, the most important. Believe in yourself. And I know that sounds so cliche and so like stupid, but to be honest, sometimes there's going to be people out there that are going to discourage you from playing this kind of music. Or maybe you have insecurities. Maybe you have insecurities about yourself and playing this music. Maybe it's your style, maybe you feel like you're not good enough. Maybe you don't have an Irish accent, so you think you're a hack and you don't belong in this tradition at all. And none of that is true. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't have an Irish accent or if your blood, if you're not Irish by blood. I mean, who cares? It's 2021. Race is such a manufactured thing. Wars were fought about race, and it's like, what's the point? There is no point, because we're basically genetically identical. It's more about the culture. So get involved in the Irish culture and learn about it, and you'll find that you'll fit in pretty quick. I mean, the Irish are pretty welcoming. I lived over there for 4 years and I loved it. I had a great time. And I know if I go back, I could stay at basically anybody's house for nothing, you know. I might have to help out with some sheep or something, but hopefully not. I think there are some people in Irish music that have a chip on their shoulder because they feel like they're underappreciated or something. I don't really get it. The fact of the matter is, you know, give them a chance, help them out, kind of feel them out. You know, at some point, you might have to let them go, and that's okay, because you're doing you, and you're doing the tradition, and that's the most important thing. So, Coney Lesh, keep with it. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you got anything out of this, if you have any rants you would like to post on the comments page, go right ahead. I love reading rants. Rants are like my favorite thing, mainly because I'm a ranter. If you got any value out of this video, or if you like some of the stuff I'm doing, or you have any ideas, comment down below. Subscribe, of course, hit that like button, that really helps me out a lot. And I'll just keep the tunes coming. My next couple of videos should be tune tutorials and things like that. And I'm also working with some other people doing some remote projects, which is pretty exciting, so stand by for that.